morning vlog. Last week na ng July and bago pa matapos ang buwan is gusto ko muna gumawa ng isang city trip. Alam ko nakita yun na rin sa title ng video natin kung saan ako papunta ngayon. City of Love, Paris. Very exciting yan. Hindi naman tayo makapag-antay hanggang sa matapos yung pandemic. Hindi natin alam kung kailan siya matatapos. We have to live with it. Ang importante lang kung gusto nyo lumabas, gusto nyo mag-socialize, gusto nyo mag-travel is that you take extra precautions at saka syempre maging responsable kayo. No? Isa sa mga naging realizations ko nung nagkaroon ng lockdown at na-expose ako sa mga COVID positive patients is that time is very important. As long na meron kang time, energy, and resources, you have to do things that you love or to do things that you want. Tsaka this past few months, napakaraming hassle and bustle na rin na nangyari. So I think napapanahon na para mag-unwind ng kaunti. Tsaka syempre mag-self-reflect. On the way na ako sa Paris, sana narinig nyo ako. Tingnan nyo naman yung takbo ng train, napakabilis, almost 300 kilometers per hour, and within 2 hours mula Antwerp, makakarating na ako ng Paris. Another option ko naman kasi is mag-bus, pero pag nag-bus ako, 6 hours pa nga abutin, kaya nag-train na lang ako, mas mabilis, comforting pa, diba? Ang ganda ng upuan, may table ka pa rito, may saksakan pa dyan actually para mag-charge ka ng gadgets mo and apakakunti lang ng tao. Andito na ako sa Gare du Nord Station dito sa Paris, and order of business natin is kailangan kong nang pumunta sa apartment kung saan ako mag-stay for the next 3 days. Mula sa North Station sa Paris, nag-metro ako, Line 5. Tapos nag-Line 6 naman ako doon. And then, andito na ako ngayon sa Bin Akmir ba itong tawag dito sa place na to. Pero napakalapit lang yan sa Eiffel Tower. And idadrop ko lang yung mga gamit ko, magre-refresh na kaunti, and then gagala na naman tayo. Hello vlog, time check, alas 3 na ng hapon pagkatapos ng isang oras na biyahe mula dun sa Paris North Station. Andito na ngayon ako sa apartment na nirentahan ko. Mula dun sa Paris Station kanina, nag-metro ako, Line 5, bumaba ako ng Place d'Italie, tapos lumipat ako ng Line 6, tapos bumaba ako dito sa may Bir Hakeim. Yung Bir Hakeim kasi nasa southern part na siya ng Paris, malapit talaga sa Eiffel Tower. So ito yung apartment ko, nakikita ninyo maliit lang siya. Pero hindi ito yung dahilan kung bakit ko siya kinuha. Ang dahilan talaga kung bakit ko siya kinuha is this. Papakita ko sa inyo. Napakagandang view. Talagang nakakabusog sa mata. Check it out. Taran! Eiffel Tower. Wow. Ang ganda ng view, di ba? Nakaka-excite yung tipong pagkagising mo sa umaga, bago ka matulog, hapon, ito yung wow, napakaganda, sobra. Yung Eiffel Tower, andito siya sa bandang southern part ng Paris. Yung north side ng Paris, andun banda. Tapos ayan yung Seine River. Diyan ka pwedeng mag-boat tour. Pero ngayon nakikita nyo napaka-kaunti lang ng tao, di ba? Pero pag summer kasi dati talagang puno ng mga bangkayan, kaliwat kanan. Pero ngayon napakatahimik niya. And then, ayun, most of the attractions andun sa bandang northern part ng Paris. Dito sa southern part ng Paris, kakaunti lang kasi dito. As in, yung Eiffel Tower lang halos yung makikita mo, na pinapasya lang talaga ng mga tao. Most of the time sa northern side sila. Sulit ang biyahe. Sulit ang 40 minutes na biyahe mula doon sa train station hanggang dito. Bago ako lumabas, quick room tour muna, So, studio to. Ito yung pinto niya. Ayan yung banyo. Ikita niyo yung banyo. Television dyan. Tapos kama na. salamin, and then eventually utensils mo, plato, and dito naman kasi merong maliit na refrigerator, ayan, tapos may microwave pa, yun ang kailangan. Pagkatapos niyan, merong maliit na kwarto dito, which is the bathroom na nga, no? Pwede mag-shower dyan, syempre. And then, ayan na siya. Ito na yung kabuuan nitong studio na to.
But I know that Tagalog is kind of similar to Spanish.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Yes, there are a lot of words similar to it. This one is the big palace.
This is the big palace, Grand Palais.
Grand Palais.
Small
That is
palace.
a small palace.
Built for the big world fair. These two buildings for exhibitions. And
Okay.
after they for each country, they show like, you can see even the names of the countries like Japan, Autriche,
Yes.
Italy, Great Britain, USA.
Yeah.
And each, let's say, country have a building when they were showing the progresses, the culture, the art. They are using for the fashion weeks. Chanel is using the big palace for the fashion week.
Only Chanel is using the
You can
big
see
palace.
some huge Chanel jewels.
Wow.
Also, Eiffel Tower inside the building.
And the fashion week is most likely during the summer, or it
You have
depends.
like two fashion weeks, big ones. You have one in this. One is close to winter, in February, January. One is in spring. It's called Palace.
Okay.
Palais.
Yeah.
Well, also built for the exhibition. This is how he was looking inside. This is how he's looking actually now inside.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see all this beauty for free. This is one of the, say, 10 museums in Paris that are free.
Yes.
The bridge was built just with the idea to connect these two buildings with this part. Nothing more than this. Also the same year than the big and the small palace, 1900s. And it have the name of Alexander the III. This is a Russian king.
Russian king.
Why Russian king here in Paris? He did a really good relation between Russia and France.
Mm-hmm.
After he died, his son decided to make a gift.
Okay.
And this gift was this bridge to show how Russia is in good relations with,
With France.
I mean, République Française, French Republic.
Okay.
If you're looking here, here we have the rooster.
Rooster.
You're a soccer fan.
No, I'm not, unfortunately.
I mean, me either. This appeared from during the French Revolution. This was symbolizing the people. You know, some movie that was filmed here.
I can't think of some at the moment, but maybe James Bond films or something. If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
Yeah, whoa! This is really awesome.
Really.
Because real was filmed here.
Whoa!
Like real old movie.
Wow, 1985.
Yeah! He was like jumping from this bridge. Also Midnight in Paris. A really famous movie, Woody Allen.
Okay. Is that Owen Wilson?
Yeah!
Okay.
The movie ended here in this bridge. When he met the girl from this flea market. And from here you can see the Eiffel Tower.
Yes.
Also built for exhibition, 1889.
Yes.
Like huge entry for the exhibition.
Yes.
Nothing more than an entry. This is crazy. And the Eiffel Tower was the highest building in the world for 49 years.
Wow.
300 meters. And in the top,
Yes.
you have the room of Gustav Eiffel. This is his room.
That is
Here in the
his
top.
room.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And still you can see the room today, but he had one rule, no one can go inside the room. And now you can see what is inside the room just from this small window.
Oh.
Because the Eiffel Tower don't wanna go more far than this room. Like the Eiffel Tower.
I really like the Eiffel Tower.
The people in the beginning they was hating the Eiffel Tower.
Why?
Well, because it was too modern.
Okay.
And you know the artist, too modern,
Yes.
it's too high, it's from steel.
Yes.
And well, they decided to just destroy it. So like 20 years, we'll give you Gustav Eiffel. 20 years and after we'll destroy the Eiffel Tower. But what he figured out, he gives the Eiffel Tower for the militaries, for the soldiers.
Mhm.
And they put a telegram point here. Sure you want here
Yes.
to take some beautiful pictures.
Yes.
And
That's
well,
Trocadero, right?
Trocadero, right. And well, this is how the Trocadero was looking before. They have another palace there.
Oh.
They named it Place de la Révolution. after they tried to put the statue of Louis XVI, because maybe you know, after the Napoleon we have the king back.
Okay.
And they tried to put the statue of Louis XVI, but still was a lot of people for Napoleon, a lot of people for the king. And the new king, Louis Philippe, he decided to bring something that didn't make angry like even the Napoleon guys and the king guys. And there was Egyptian obelisk. Something really neutral.
Okay.
And they bring it from the temple of Luxor in Egypt. They took 3 years to come here to Paris. See how big it is. Oh, it's about the symmetry. So symmetrical. And we enter here, we did all this, and now we are here.
Wow.
We built the garden. And the most popular trees are
Chestnuts. There's lots of chestnuts around here.
The Ark of Carousel built by Napoleon when he won against the Austria and Italy, and in the top the city is built from horses. He conquered all the Italy, and what he did from Venice, he stole these horses. This is the Basilica San Marco in Italy, and he stolen these horses from this basilica and get it to Paris.
Okay.
After, of course, after Napoleon, we give back the horses. Now they are in the museum of the Basilica of San Mark, and these are just a copy. But this is a copy of the original ones that are now in Venice. Choose. People was parking cars here, and it was really dirty because people were pissing here around. Yeah. And to transform this in a real museum, the biggest one in the world, the greatest one, they decided to just destroy all this and start to build the pyramid, but the people was against because it's like with the Eiffel Tower. What they don't want nothing new, and they put a temporal pyramid here. Like this, the people can get used to the pyramid. After the people 6 months they get used, they start to build the pyramid. And once they start to build, they changed all. Because when you go under, if all it's under us now. Like
everything's under.
Yeah, everything is under. Like you have the museum here, but also a floor under. And this Lo Ming-Pei, who built the pyramid, he did a lot of projects, but this one is the most famous of him. And what do you have in Louvre? Of course, you have the famous Mona Lisa, but you have also Egyptian art, Roman, Greek, Renaissance of Italy, France, Spain, Holland, Germany. I mean, a lot of painters, like from the Egyptian time to the half of the 18th century. Of course, Louvre have a lot of small histories. This guy, Vincenzo Peruggia, what he did?
Did he?
Yeah, the Mona Lisa.
Wow.
He stolen, and he was hiding the Mona Lisa for 2 years in his small studio in Paris. Because he was working in Louvre, he just came like this, he put under his jacket the Mona Lisa and he just go out.
How big is the Mona Lisa? It's like a very big frame.
Like A5?
Just
See,
A5.
A4, this is A4,
That's
A5.
A4. Okay, just like that.
Like,
yeah, okay, if you're a big man, you can just like put it inside your
and hide it. On this day, the Louvre was closed. It's been like released to stolen. At the time, Mona Lisa was not so famous. She was just standing here, and he hid it for 3 years. He went to Florence, the Office Museum, the most famous of Florence, and he tried to sell it. But the guy who was supposed to buy it called Louvre, said like, I have your Mona Lisa. The police came, they catch it, and he was supposed to stay in the prison 1 year and a half. But because he's Italian, this is a hero for Italy, because Mona Lisa is Da Vinci is Italian. Well, he just stayed seven months to stolen the Mona Lisa.
Da
Vinci Code,
of course.
That make popular Louvre, because after Da Vinci Code, people went to Louvre. This is like the second wave of the let's say the popularity, and also Carter's Dapshi filmed in Louvre for 2 nights. 2 nights costed them like 15,000 euro.
Oh my god.
When the Louvre just was built in the 12th century, we're looking at this, like just a fortress with a tower, nothing special, but with time, different keys transform it, adjust it apart, and the last part was adjusted by the Napoleon III. We have Napoleon Bonaparte, the first one, And after the son of his brother, Napoleon III, he adjusted the last part because they all wanna close the Louvre.
Okay.
But in 19th century, they just burned this part. And the dream of all this king just burned. 5 years ago was so much logs, too heavy. They just broke, and they take off all these logs.
What did they do with all those logs?
Reused.
Reuse.
Really expensive metal there.
Yes.
This was the king palace. So much people selling some stuff, some jewelry, and he was really sad about it. Like, I don't want these persons here, and I will build them storage.
Their own place.
Their own place when they can leave. There was 2 places to living, one, 2 floors to living, and 1 floor for the shops here. But after 19th century, they married. The city didn't have money to renew all this place, and they just say to the people, "You can do whatever you want." And they transform all the buildings here. These are the only 2 buildings that are still the same. Just there, still the same, like they was built, and the place was supposed to look like this, and not like this. This is the Saint-Tropez, built at the same time that Notre Dame, but Notre Dame 3 centuries, 7 years. 7 years for 13th century. It's really rare, and it was built to have inside the Christ, the thorn crown of Christ. One of the most important relics of the Christian world was in the head of the Christ when he was, going to be killed, crucified, and was brought by Louis IX. And especially for this was built the church. And the church have 2 floors, one for the king, this one beautiful, all these are windows. And the second one more simple for the poor people. But after in 19th century the Saint-Tropez burned, they moved it to Notre Dame. After Notre Dame burned, they moved it to Louvre. And now the thorn crown is in the Louvre. All the people know that Notre Dame roof burned, the spire burned. But this is not the first spire, this is the second spire. Because before, when he was built until the 18th century, he had a spire destroyed, he had a new one.
Okay.
It means he had 2 spires destroyed. Also, what's really unique, not a lot of people know it, but the Notre Dame was colored.
Okay.
Before. Of course, not still now. And why? Because people didn't know how to read. This was like comics for the people to read the history from Bibles, because different holy people have different colors, different dresses. And you can see how close was the houses to Notre Dame.
Yes.
And it was just one street there in the middle, did by the people to get here all the stone, the wood to the Notre Dame. And you know who was cleaning this city at that time? It was the pigs.
They were cleaning.
They was eating all the bad stuff. You can see this here because people were just throwing all from the window.
Okay.
All the bad stuff that you don't want that is falling in your face. But one day, when the prince, the son of the king, was going with the horse, a horse get scared by the pig, reversed, and the prince died. And it was the only son. For the king is for that time.
He was so angry.
And he said like no more pigs in the street. And it was still until 19th century they destroyed it, but they left a small memory from that time. And you cannot see now, but from the air, this is where was the street, and this where was the buildings.
Okay.
And here, this is this point.
Yes.
This is really popular. This is the 0 point. People taking pictures with this. And no one knows that before this was a place of shame. And a lot of people was killed here at this place when it was the 0 point. Really funny to take pictures.
Isis. Melon.
S'il vous plaît.
Tapos na ako sa tour ko with Vadim, isa siyang Parisian na naglilibot ng mga turista dito around Paris. So binook ko yung experience niya sa Airbnb para na rin makita ko yung mga highlights ng Paris, malaman yung counting kwento, counting history, di ba? So napakagandang experience yun. Ang dami kong nalaman, ang dami kong details na nalaman during that tour. Ngayon, pauwi na muna ako para magpahinga siguro. Ayun na yung unang araw ko dito sa Paris. Gusto ko na tapusin yung vlog dito. Tomorrow, panibagong vlog again. Sana nag-enjoy kayo sa mga nalaman nyo today at sa mga naipakita ko sa inyo, no? Kanina nag-metro pala ako. Napakabilis ng metro nila dito. Napakaganda ng metro system nila. Tsaka sa mga public places nila, meron dong mga alcohol hand sanitizers na pwede ninyong gamitin